From Common Job Class to the Strongest in the World Season 2. After defeating the demon army and saving his old classmates, Hajime continues his journey alongside his party, including the new member Kaori. After getting their asses saved by Hajime, the heroes' party walk back to the kingdom and meet up with their fellow classmates. Shizuka reports to the princess about Kaori joining Hajime, and everyone seems happy, except Kouki, who feels down having his best girl taken from him by Hajime and then getting his ass whooped by him in terms of combat as well. Meanwhile, Hajime's party is crossing the Gurren Desert to look for the next great labyrinth and conquer it. On their way, Kaori and Yu argue over who will get to marry Hajime first, and Yu reveals that she has already made a commitment with him and won't let anyone else get ahead of herself. Just then, they notice a group of huge sandworms surrounding something and looking confused. Tio wonders what it could be, as sandworms eat just about anything, and given their size, it will be hard to imagine them being afraid of their prey. Suddenly, a massive worm crawls out of the sand and appears in front of them. Soon, two more follow, and they all start attacking Hajime's car. Hajime remembers that he is a Fast and Furious fan and starts accelerating through the desert while dodging their attempts to eat him. He drifts the car around and then shoots the worms down with some built-in missiles. After that, he turns back and starts racing straight towards the huge group of sandworms from earlier. He shoots at them with the railgun mod in front of his car and makes them all run away. They eventually reach the area and find out that the worms were surrounding a guy lying on the ground. Hajime wonders why the man wasn't eaten and decides to go out and check on him. Kaori and the others follow, and they find out that the man was suffering from a condition called mana overload. Kaori says that it looks like the man ate something poisonous that made him sick like this. She tries to cure him with her holy magic, but it has no effect. She then uses another spell and drains the extra mana out of the man and stores it in the ring that Hajime gave her. Soon, the man feels better and he opens his eyes to find himself near Kaori. He wonders if she is a goddess, but Hajime quickly brings him back to reality with a kick on his stomach. They invite the man inside their car, and he introduces himself as Bees something something, son of Duke Lunsui something something, of the dukedom of something something. Kaori notes that it's the city which is connected to the city of the ocean, by trade where Miu is from. They all decide to go to the city and see what's up, and Bees explains that a few days ago, someone ate a bat, and now everyone is collapsing left and right. I'm sure we all know how that ended. He then says they found the source of the poison to be in the water of the oasis, and despite strict protection around it, no one knows how or who put the poison in it. He then reveals that there is a cure to the poison called Stillstone. He officially asks Hajime's party to help them save the city. Hajime thinks about it for a moment, but after some cute questions from Miu, he gives in and agrees to help. Bize says that he would like for them to go to the Gurren volcano directly to get Stillstone, but perhaps going to the royal capital first to fetch some water for the journey would be beneficial. Hajime and Yu say that there will be no need for that, and they will go directly to Duke City on Kaji. Meanwhile, in the Demon King's castle, Supreme Commander Farid tells Katalia's fiancé, Mikhail, about her death and says that he will be leaving for the Gurren Volcano Labyrinth to get his hands on another Age of the God magic and grow stronger so that he can defeat the irregular hero who killed his comrades and ruined his plans to lay waste to the town of Back at Ankaji, Hajime and his group meet up with the Duke and he confirms their quest to save the city. Shay and Kaori go to the town hall to look after the patients, while Hajime and the others go to the oasis to see who threw the bat in the water. At first, Yu and Hajime create a massive water reservoir for the people with Yu's magic and Hajime's sick tech. And then they check the waters, and Hajime finds out there is still some kind of jelly monster hiding underwater. He starts throwing hand grenades to make it come out, but watching this white-haired cosplayer throw explosives in their water, the Duke starts panicking and rethinks his life choices. Just then, the water monster comes out, and Hajime notes the magic core inside of it. He decides to finish it off quickly and shoots its core down with his pistol. The Duke thanks him and asks if this will purify the water, but Hajime says that it won't spread any further and they will still need to clean the water for the time being. After that, he regroups with Shay and Kaori at the town hall and decides to go to the Gurren volcano to get Stillstone. Kaori decides to stay behind to tend to the patients and leave Miu with her as well. After that, they make their way to the Grand Gurren volcano by farming some sandworms and then busting through the massive sandstorm like nothing thanks to Hajime's car. After reaching the volcano, they start walking up on foot and note just how hot it is. Everyone feels annoyed with it except Tio, who finds it relaxing as she is a fire dragon. They soon find the entrance to the mines and the labyrinth inside and start walking in. At the first level, they find little bits and pieces of stillstone, and Hajime notes that this area must have already been mined, and to get more of it, they will need to go deeper than anyone before. They continue walking forward and down to deeper levels, and encounter various lava-type Pokemon on their way as well. After walking much deeper, they finally stumble upon a massive crater of stillstone, and they consider their mission accomplished. After that, they decide to look for the boss lair and conquer the labyrinth. They continue going down the levels with some cooldown breaks on the way, and eventually, they reach the deepest part of the volcano after sailing through a literal sea of lava. Once there, they see a massive dome in the center of the lava lake, with 100 crystal gems embedded on the outside. Being a pro gamer, Hajime starts looking around for the final boss/guardian of the labyrinth, and the guardians don't make him wait long either. They are suddenly attacked with a bunch of fireballs, which sink their boat right away, but they all jump in time and find footing on some pillars in the lake. Hajime goes near the dome using his airwalk skill, but then he gets surprise attacked by a magma serpent from underneath. A few more serpents also follow, but Hajime jumps up and then shoots a few of them down. He quickly puts one and one together and realizes that these monsters are similar to the water monsters they defeated at the Oasis, and so each snake must have a core that they need to destroy in order to defeat it. With the cheat sheet in their hands, everyone starts fighting the snakes, but they keep coming back. Shay finally puts her big bunny ears to use for once, and tells everyone that when they defeat a snake, one of the gems from the dome shatters off. Hajime confirms this by killing another snake and looking at the gem crumble, and now they know that they need to defeat 100 of these to win this battle. With that, they all start farming these monsters up like a video game. Tio overpowers them with her draconic flames, while Shay deals with them in her Ooga Booga brute force way. Meanwhile, Hajime and Yu couple up to defeat a couple of them with their bullets and lightning spells. With that, things look good for them, and it looks like they will be out of this volcanic oven soon. But as soon as Hajime defeats the last monster, he is hit by a beam of laser light that breaks through the ceiling and comes from above, leaving everyone shocked. As soon as the light attack fades out, they all find Hajime standing in air with his arms up in an attempt to block the attack. Half of his body has been burned, and soon starts falling down as he loses consciousness. Yu quickly uses Updraft spell and saves him from falling in the lava, and then brings him to her side and makes him drink one of the ambrosia vials that he keeps on himself at all times. Just then, they look up to see the Demon Supreme Commander riding a wyvern in the sky, with a fleet of other beasts accompanying him. He notes that he was right to attack them at this time. He then starts attacking them with a lot of beam attacks, but Yu protects Hajime with her barrier magic. Farid asks him about the Age of God magic, and Hajime gets up and asks him to introduce himself first before attacking people. After getting through the hero-villain introductions, they all start fighting each other. Hajime's group starts attacking him all at once, but Farid blocks it all with a protective barrier cast by some tortoise monsters. Hajime takes out the big guns and starts shooting at him with some missiles, but Farid uses his Age of God magic, teleportation with instant transmissions behind Hajime, and shoots him down with a Kamehameha breath from his wyvern. Hajime blocks the attack by using the launcher as a shield, but is soon pushed back from the sheer force of it. He then uses Airwalk and summons some shields in front of him and starts moving forward towards the demon by shooting back with his pistol. Farid acknowledges his strength and says that he will finish him off with his special attack. Watching her master getting trolled like this, Tio remembers that besides her being a perverted masochist, being a dragon is also her character trait. She transforms into her full dragon form, and then tickles Farid and his wyvern, interrupting their attack on Hajime. She then shoots her flame breath at the wyvern, and it contests it with his laser beam, like some energy beam battle from Dragon Ball Z. Hajime uses this chance to shoot and slash Farid and kicks him off the beast. He then follows up with some combos, but soon falls back down as he exhausts his stamina. Farid goes back to his wyvern and acknowledges that if he hadn't hit Hajime with the first attack, he might have been defeated already. After that, he uses the magical core of the labyrinth to release the control valves in the volcano and make it erupt. He flies out from the roof and closes the gates behind him in hopes of burning them all inside from the rising lava. Seeing this, Hajime orders Tio to take the others and leave the volcano, and promises them that he will return safely after conquering the labyrinth, and he will defeat the demon one day as well. Tio follows his orders and starts flying out with the help of Yu and Hajime's defenses and manages to escape successfully. Hajime also uses this chance to teleport his shield guns outside and then uses them to pay Farid back with a surprise attack. Meanwhile, in the royal capital, the princess hears about the king's decision to brand Hajime and his party as heretics, and she goes to talk to him about it. But the king and his guards look out for some reason and they continue walking like some poorly programmed NPCs. She worries for her father and the kingdom and goes on to talk about it with Shizuku. On the other hand, Daisuke takes his anger out on the tree by punching it like Steve from Minecraft because Hajime took Kaori away and he was simping for her for so long. Just then, he is approached by a girl who reels him in to help her with her evil plans.